Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Go Sportsball Podcast. I'm your host Owen with Ron, and somehow I survived getting brutally tortured for making fun of the Avalanche.
I'm glad to have you back, but at the same time, next time don't blow out my eardrum.
Look, man, I barely survived getting waterboarded because I made a joke about how much I don't like the Avalanche. I think I'm allowed to hurt you because you let it. Voice crack. Because I don't know.
I let that happen. Don't point at me. You're the one that made the joke.
So, all right, so it's been an insane week.
It's been crazy.
I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the hockey world and football and stuff like that. But let's start off with the MLB because there really hasn't been that much going on except for a couple of really insane things. But let's start off with what do you got? Arnold?
First one I got is 13-year veteran and two-time All-Star Lance Lynn has announced his retirement.
Wow.
So he spent 13 years. He has played for the St. Louis Cardinals, the Minnesota Twins, the New York Yankees, Texas Rangers, Chicago White Sox before they sucked.
Poor guy.
And he has finished his career with the Los Angeles Dodgers, I believe, or it may be flipped around the other way. I don't know.
I really hope he did not finish out his career with the White Sox because at that point, if I heard that I was getting traded to the White Sox, I would just give up.
I meant the other way. I don't know if he started out because as I'm looking at the picture here, it shows that he's in the St. Louis Cardinals uniform. So
okay. But yeah, I mean, he had a really good career on him. He had some. He did great. He's a great player, and it's going to be a tough loss. But I wish him all the best in retirement.
We both do.
Another pretty big thing that happened was Garrett Crochet has now agreed to a 6-year, $170 million contract extension with opt-out after 2030 by multiple reports. He has signed this extension with the Boston Red Sox. Now, the Red Sox, their season last year was less than stellar.
They were decent. Hopefully they
weren't like the worst team. They weren't the Red Sox. I mean the White Sox.
I was about to say wrong socks.
I mean, I'm wearing green ones, but so who cares? But yeah, so I mean, it wasn't a very great year for Sox country on both sides. So, but I mean, I think this is a pretty good extension. I mean, Crochet's been a very great player for them, and I think. With this season, how Boston's, they're going to want to get back to, contending form. So, I think this is a great move to try to put yourself forward. And it seems like it's working out so far because currently Boston is second in the East.
Technically tied for first.
Yeah, it's tied for first with the Yankees
in the American League. So that's
crazy. Your Tampa Bay Rays are fourth.
Indians are fourth as well.
Oh.
Fourth.
Oh my
just
God.
above the White Sox.
Oh my God. Look, I don't mean to be a jerk, but you guys aren't doing good. Hey, at least you aren't a Braves fan.
Technically, we're tied for third. I think they still have you. Hey, they finally won a game.
Oh, look at that.
Congratulations.
Congrats, guys. It took you guys 9 games.
9 games just to get...
Congratulations. Why am I making... What?
Making up words as you go.
No, that's a reference. Whatever.
I'll get it later.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Another signing, or I should say a contract extension that happened with the San Diego Padres. Jackson Merrill has agreed to a 9-year, $135 million extension per reports. That's not bad. He's been really good at hitting and everything. He's been really great. I don't know what position he plays, nor can I remember what position he plays.
He's a baseball player. He plays everything.
Okay, thank you.
He plays everything.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, okay. And do we have to? Okay, fine. So the Dodgers have acquired outfielder Esteury Ruiz from the Athletics. Now,
not Oakland Athletics, just the Athletics.
The Athletics, because the MLB wants to hop on the train of dumb names. But I mean, I think this is a good move for LA.
It's going to be a good move.
And again, as much as I hate them, I can't even hate how they're building up their roster. I mean, I can hate it, but I can't be like, oh no, they're cheating.
It's one of those now they've got a great they've got a great two-way player. They've still got Shohei Ohtani. They've got Freddie Freeman. They've got Mookie Betts. They've got the new Japanese. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the new Japanese pitcher?
Roki Sasaki.
Thank you. So they got him. You can't deny it. They still have Clayton Kershaw.
We're cooked.
So
That's all you can say is that we're cooked.
it's going to be a good one. Diamondbacks signed Ketel Marte to a 6-year, $116.5 million extension.
A lot of players getting really big extensions.
Exactly, and that goes through the 2031 season. So, and that's per multiple reports. I'm going to get way up here. Oh, man, this one, I don't know how long.
Hey, speaking of the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman has been placed on the injured list due to an ankle sprain. It's according to this post, it is retroactive to March 31st. He has been out of the Dodgers lineup after slipping in the shower.
First we have, what was it we saw? First the guy chokes on like salad or something, and now this.
I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry, but that's kind of funny. But you know, so I do hope for a speedy recovery. But
moving
we've
on
also
to
had probably the biggest news coming out of the MLB. Vladdy Jr. has signed a $500 million extension for 14 years with the Toronto Blue Jays.
I can't argue with that.
Unbelievable.
I cannot argue with that because how well he is. He is a great player, nonetheless, but he is also a great hitter. Or batter, I guess. He does an amazing job. I would love to see him. I would love to see him do good. As much as he's on Toronto, he's still a great player. I have respect for him, especially with his father. If you didn't know his father was really great as well.
Oh yeah.
So,
I think I have his dad's baseball card somewhere in my collection.
I think somebody does.
I don't know. I lose track because I spend like most of my paycheck at the card shop anyway. But yeah, so I mean that's like a giant extension, and I mean it makes sense because he's a great player, and I remember hearing a lot of talk, like people were saying, oh, he's going to be out of he's probably going to be out of Toronto soon, or people were thinking he was going to get traded or something like that. So I think it's a good move, but
it's a great move on their half.
Yeah,
if they were to even try and trade him, that would just be their demise, in my opinion. So moving on to basketball. First off, I don't think either one of our predictions in the national championship even happened. I had Duke and Auburn winning.
I had Duke and Auburn as well, and
both of them did very well. If you didn't watch it, both of them did very well in the first half. In the second half, Auburn could not, for some odd reason, find a score at all or do anything. And then, of course, in the last 30 seconds, up 67-61, somehow Duke allows, Houston, to get 9 points. 9 points and win the game 70-67.
Yeah, it was the great choke job, and I mean, I gotta tell you, man, like the memes were absolutely insane from that one. Like I was seeing all kinds of stuff about, oh great, I mean, just everybody point, look at him and laugh, and it's like, how do you let that happen? Like, with such little time left, and you have such a lead, and your team has been great. And you just let yourself completely, you just lay down and die? Like, what are we doing?
Now you see why they call it March Madness.
Indeed.
Anything can happen. So moving on to the NBA.
And with that, Florida and Houston are going to be facing off.
If I had to choose between the two, of course, this may come out before it happens. This may come out after it happens. I don't know. If I had to make my prediction, unfortunately, as I don't want either team to win, as much as I don't want either team to win, with how Florida did, they're going to be a contender, but at the same time, Houston did very well. They can come back within like 30 seconds left and score 9.
Literally.
I would say Houston is probably the better choice out of this, in my opinion. Florida may make it tough, and then maybe a second half. Both of them are second half teams, in my opinion. But I would have to say Houston, I think, wins this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I mean, Houston's been. I mean, even with the fact that they did go down, and sure Duke did have the lead, and even if they choked it, like whether or not. I mean, Houston's still been a very great team this year. So
They were down by 14 at one point.
yeah. I think
How?
I think they're still. I think Houston still does have a fighting chance. I mean, Florida's been good, but I don't know. I think Houston's been better. We'll just have to see. That, and also I just want to make fun of my dad and my sister, who are pretty big
Florida fans.
Yeah, because I mean, because from Florida. So
One thing that I have starting now with the NBA, we had to get that out of the way.
yep.
Starting with the NBA, the New Orleans Pelicans are shutting down C.J. McCollum with a foot contusion and Zion Williamson with a backbone contusion.
Wow.
For the rest of the season. Well, basically their season was already done.
Yeah.
I think they've already been eliminated. I don't know how long ago it was, but they have basically been eliminated already. So I would say that's going to hurt them at the same time, but not really, because they aren't making it. So.
Yeah, and with the playoff push coming in, a lot of teams are clinching and a lot of teams are getting eliminated. So, the first team that we'll talk about that got eliminated were the Toronto Raptors. I mean, what can we say about the Raptors? I mean, their season just hasn't been good. I mean, Kawhi Leonard leaving them has been just kind of a mess.
Hurt him.
Huh?
I say it kind of hurt him.
Yeah, and I mean it hurt him in a way, and it hurt the Raptors. I mean, Toronto hasn't been the same, and so. They're just kind of crashing and burning, and so this season was not good for Toronto, and so it makes I kind of figured that they weren't going to make it into the postseason this year.
Another team that has been eliminated unfortunately, as of this recording, after the win against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Sacramento won against Cleveland last night, I should say. After their win, San Antonio Spurs have been eliminated. Looks like Wemby did not really help. Also, CP3, I don't know, bud. I'm sorry. You were doing really well in majority of your season. You've done a really great job, but buddy, I'm sorry. I think at this point now he just needs to retire. He's not going.
Just stick to your podcast, man. Podcast Paul, I love those memes. Another team that got eliminated thanks to Sacramento's W were the Portland Trailblazers, the team that we saw live when we went up to Cleveland.
Which is crazy. Portland was not a great team, and they were not really that favored, but they showed up somehow that game too.
Yeah,
you remember that they showed up.
Yeah, because you won't let me live it down how I was scared.
You were stressing so much, and I'm just sitting here like.
It was my first game. Shut up.
I was just sitting there just perfectly fine. I said, hey, just wait, second half, come back. And what did I say?
Yeah, okay, let's just continue. But yeah, I mean, Portland, their season just hasn't been good, so it makes sense. They've had some good moments. They had some good games, but just wasn't enough.
So now Chicago, moving on to a couple of teams that have clinched since that. After the Chicago Bulls have won their game, they have now clinched a spot in the play-in tournament for the NBA, which takes place April 15th through the 18th. So there's 4 games. One game takes place on the 15th. No, wait. I don't know how the lineup goes. But they've clinched it in the East. And their opponents.
The Miami Heat have also locked in a spot in the play-in tournament.
Is it just me, or have they gotten better since they lost you-know-who?
You never know.
Proven. When he doesn't play for Miami, they get better. Another.
You can argue with or with that.
Yes. Another team that has.
And this still surprises me.
It does. Detroit Pistons have secured a spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. They have clinched the playoff. This is the first time they are heading to the playoffs since the 18-19 season. Not like 18-19 as in the year, the 2018-2019 season.
There you go, because I was about to say, buddy, I don't think the NBA has been around for that long.
Not that long.
Dang, bro.
The
imagine having a team so terrible that you were there before, like before Abraham Lincoln was even born. I don't
jeez.
remember. I don't remember when he was born. But yeah, I mean, this has definitely been a great season for Detroit. Like even if they lose in the postseason, it'll be hard to like judge them. Like even if they blow it, which would be hilarious. But I mean, like even then, it's hard to crap on them, especially since this has been a great comeback season for them. Another team that has clinched are the Atlanta Hawks. They have gotten their place in the play-in tournament, and yeah,
we'll look at the standings here shortly. Going on to a couple different.
Oh wait, I still have more teams that clinched.
You got more?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know how many.
Another team that clinched are the Orlando Magic. They made it into the play-in tournament.
The East is just running away.
They're just letting everybody in.
It's just like that meme you sent me. The West the East just, here you go, West.
Yeah. Another team that clinched are the Milwaukee Bucks. They made it into the top 6 seed. And I gotta say, I mean,
Cleveland was doing very well beginning of the year and absolutely beat them, and now they beat them. I don't know what to do.
You realize one game does not determine.
There's been multiple
games.
Season,
right?
There's been multiple games.
It doesn't determine an entire team season, but whatever. So, I mean, I think Milwaukee is going to have a very tough time this coming postseason. I mean, looking like just not only with the Damian Lillard injury, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how well they're going to do.
I still don't.
We'll have to see.
It's going to be one of those.
All right. I think I have all the teams that clinch.
So,
we talked about the Rockets clinching, right?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. The Rockets.
If not, the Rockets have clinched. Moving on to a couple suspensions, fines, as well as there's other big news that I think we have coming up. So first off,
big news. There's a dog coming in. Oh my goodness. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
All right.
First off, the NBA has fined Ja Morant $75,000 for twice making an inappropriate gesture on the playing court. If you don't know what they are talking about, he has done a gun motion, a finger gun motion, and he's done that twice now, and now he's gotten fined $75,000. The reason why he's been fined, the second one, which is the most recent one that he did it towards the Golden State bench. I understand celebrating, but for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Why, if you do it towards the bench, you're either asking for a suspension or fine. Well, I should say suspension and or fine.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense as to why the NBA is putting the hammer down on him. Because, I mean, like, yeah, there have been players that do it before, but this is Ja Morant. Like, he was infamous in the 2023 season where he did get into a lot of trouble for just messing around with firearms. He was... I remember, another great sports YouTuber, Urinating Tree, made a joke, he was basically, pissing away a 9-figure career because he wanted to get traded to the Bloods. I remember hearing that joke. That was kind of funny, but, I mean, that's the thing. It's just I heard people being like, oh, well, why is this guy not getting fined, but you're finding Morant? It's because he has a history of doing not great things with firearms. So it's they don't really want to encourage that kind of thing. So,
I understand.
But I don't know. I think it's really not that hard to do. Just throw a bucket, go yippee, and move on with your life.
Just
go
on.
Yippee.
So I did miss an injury that we had. Philadelphia 76ers star Tyrese Maxey is expected to be ruled out for the rest of the season with a finger tendon injury. He has been sidelined since March 3rd.
I didn't do it. Whatever it was, I didn't do it.
Since March 3rd, and has attempted to rehab the finger, but still is dealing with discomfort and needs treatment.
Can they not? We are trying to do a podcast. But yeah,
there's a beeping going on.
That's just pouring salt into Philly's wounds. I mean, their season's been a mess.
Yeah, they've been eliminated. I forgot we covered that.
Oh yeah, Philly sucks.
So,
and also, not only did Ja Morant get penalized for that, but not San Francisco Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, Buddy Hield also got fined.
Yeah.
No, he got warned.
Yep.
He got a warning or whatever, but yeah. So I really don't know how hard it is to to just not
Just
do.
let it. Just let it. I'm gonna fine you $5 for that.
Come take it from me, sucker.
Moving on to a couple of different things around the NBA. Of course, they were doing the Hall of Fame. There's a lot of different things going on. They include women and they include the men's as well. So we would have to find the full list, which I'm sure is somewhere around here. But we'll get the full list, give it to you the next one. But looking at it, one of my favorite players growing up and watching. He is a staple for the New York Knicks. There was no doubt that he was going to get in here at some point.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, Carmelo Anthony, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. So he has been notified that he's been elected into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame of class of 2025. He has made 10 All-Star appearances and 6 All-NBA teams in 19 seasons to go along with 3 Olympic gold medals for Team USA.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I'm sorry. Carmelo Anthony was like a staple growing up for me.
Absolutely.
I loved watching him no matter if I was rooting for the Cavs or not.
Yeah, I mean,
it was still awesome.
I mean, Carmelo Anthony, you know, that's one of those guys that he was just one of the biggest names in the league during his heyday. You know, he was a fantastic player. I mean, he's got a great legacy. Fans love him. Players love him. He's a great guy. So I mean, it's nice to see him get first ballot. But another player that got a first ballot Hall of Fame.
I was going to add on a little bit more. If you don't know who Carmelo Anthony is,
then
look up his. I wasn't going to say that.
I was.
But look up his highlights. He has done an amazing job throughout his years. There is no doubt. There's no doubt that he should have been a first ballot automatically. But also somebody else who I believe was a first ballot as well.
Yep. In the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2025, another notable player that was first ballot is, of course, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Dwight Howard, the 8 all-time All-Star. All-Star. Shut up. 8-time All-NBA, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 2020 NBA champion.
With the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like the
I
Lakers.
still don't count it.
It counts, dude. It counts.
It's the bubble.
So what? The Lightning won in the bubble. People still complain about that. It counted, so shut up.
Ugh.
And he won 1 Olympic gold medal with Team USA. I mean,
You can see who's a little better.
well, yeah, but, you know, Dwight Howard still had an incredible career.
Yeah. He admitted to cheating, and he's still in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he did? Never
Yeah,
mind.
he had-
Right.
Stickum.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so never mind. He sucks. Don't let him in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, no, jokes aside, of course, like, even with the cheating, just great player.
Doesn't matter.
It's nice to see him get into
So
the
as
Hall.
we also, I do have a couple.
Yeah, so some. Sorry.
I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, no.
I saw you pull
okay,
that up,
okay.
and I was like,
Okay, sorry. So Chris Paul says he has no plans of retiring this summer, turning 40 years old in May. He ended up saying, apparently, there's a post on Twitter, and he said, quote, "I'll be playing 40 in May, so yeah, man, I'm going to keep playing, I think. At the end of every season, I evaluate everything, evaluate playing, evaluate how my body feels. But the more years that go by, it's more conversations with my family, with my kids. They have a lot of say, so they got a lot of input."
Isn't that technically X? It's no longer Twitter, but I'm not gonna.
Dude, who unironically calls it X?
I've seen it done
Who
before. Back on the topic.
Yeah.
For him to say that, CP3, I'm sorry. You have been eliminated. You haven't made the playoffs in years. It's like how I went earlier. He has had a great season. He's played with Houston alongside James Harden, and those guys were great. But
The greatest beard. The greatest beard. He's
not
like,
the grade 8, the great beard.
Yeah. He's like the Joe Thornton of the NBA, just with the beard factor. With the beard factor, not with
But going back to CP3,
beard.
I'm sorry. It's just, buddy, you need to retire. You have had a great season.
Because CP3 is great.
He's had a great season, and I believe he has won. No, he came close. May have won a championship. I can't remember. I think Phoenix won, and
No, Phoenix is in
No, they came close in the final. He's
Yeah.
come close in the finals multiple times. And it's like, I think it's about done. So we'll see. But I'm telling you, he just needs to retire.
Yeah, so what do you have?
For me, I've got the NBA Sportsmanship Award 24-25 season finalists.
Ooh, okay. Let's
So-
see who it is.
I'm going to start off with the Cavaliers, Jared Allen.
Yes, sir.
Los Angeles Lakers, Dorian Finney-Smith. OKC, Oklahoma City, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA if you know him that way. For the Boston Celtics, you got Jrue Holiday. For the Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie Irving. Buddy, I'm sorry. Unless you bounce back after what happened a couple years ago, it ain't going to happen. And then for the Orlando Magic...
He still thinks they're at this flat. Not this guy, Kyrie Irving.
And the last one from the Orlando Magic, Franz Wagner, I believe is how you say his name. It says Wagner, but I think he's
Yeah.
French, so it's Wagner. So they all have been really great. The annual honor recognizes the player who best represents the ideals of sportsmanship on the court. Current NBA players will select the winner from these 6 finalists, one finalist from each NBA division. So you'll have one. This is for, you've got 3 in the West, 3 in the East. So it's, we'll see how it
Pick
goes.
Jared Allen,
I'm
Sportsball.
that's the thing. It's like being biased. I want to say Jared Allen because we've seen him play in person. I follow the Cavaliers all the time, so
Yeah.
I can't really speak for myself or do it without, I guess, being biased in any way.
Yeah. So some other news. There's been a lot of talk recently, and after the Celtics ended up getting sold for a record-breaking $6.1 billion, apparently the next step for the NBA is addressing expansion this summer. And all indications point to Las Vegas receiving a team, while the Supersonics could make a return to Seattle, especially
Please.
since Supersonics legend Gary Payton, I have his card, I think I have 2 or 3 of them, assures fans that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver will get the team back. Honestly,
Mitt.
I would love that.
I think it was either his nickname was the Mitt or the Glove. I can't remember.
Sportsball.
Holy crap.
But yeah, I mean, I think the Sonics coming back would be awesome. I mean,
Please.
they had some awesome
Please.
jerseys. I love those things.
Just the what is it? The Seattle Needles. Oh my gosh.
So I mean, I think the Sonics coming back would be great. And I mean, like looking at Seattle right now, they could be a 4-sport city finally. Like because when they were around, Seattle did not have the Kraken. And if they end up getting the Sonics back, they'll be a 4-sport city. And I mean, despite the fact that most of their teams kind of suck, and then there's the Seahawks, and they're okay, I guess. And I mean, with all that in mind, fans are going to be embracing that team. I mean, they love the Kraken. I mean, the Kraken have been very popular in the area. And even if the Mariners have been the Mariners, they still attract a lot of fans. So I think it'd be a great move. And Las Vegas, I mean, a lot of people aren't fans of it, but Las Vegas is becoming a lot more of a sports city, especially with the Golden Knights winning the Cup a couple years ago and still being a great team. And the Raiders, they're starting to have a little bit of hope this coming season. I mean, it's hard to say for sure because but they had a very weird off season. So,
and of course, looking at the NBA and everything going on, there's only about 4 games left.
Yeah.
At least 4 games.
Yeah.
We don't know in general, but there's at least 4 games left with the season before the playoffs come around or the play-in tournament technically starts. So it's going to be. It's going to be a crazy one. The East still has some places, like the number 1 seed is still not final, even though I am still confident that the Cavaliers are going to keep that number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I can't say anything because there's 4 games left. They could lose all 4, which hopefully they don't.
Please no. But yeah, I mean, one last thing before we continue. a recent report came out that there are rumors going around that LeBron could likely decline his $53 million player option this summer and re-sign with the Lakers on a cheaper deal to help add better players around Luka. So the Lakers, if this is true, the Lakers are going to be having a very busy offseason.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that they don't take notes from the Dodgers, and I hope that they
Good
don't
luck.
take notes from the Lightning, and I hope they don't take notes from other teams. 2021.
Watch it.
But okay, anyway, but I mean, I hope they don't take notes from a lot of other teams and decide, hey, you know what, we're gonna not, break rules, and we're just gonna have look at this, we have all these great players now, and nobody's gonna have any good players in free agency because we have them all. So yeah, let's hope that does not happen, but it's probably gonna happen. The age of Dodger insufferability is still upon us. Let's just hope the Lakers don't get worse.
Yep. So, I think that's about all that we have for basketball.
Yep. So let's talk about football.
Moving on to
We have a
football.
lot of stuff for football.
So, quite a bit. And we're going to end with some breaking news as of recently. There have been different signings, but there's also some other stuff that has surprised us. We both were sitting right beside each other when the one story that we're going to cover happened, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So, starting off
So
first.
stay tuned.
Starting off first, Falcons head coach Raheem Morris told reporters today, this was about a week ago, that he does not expect QB Kirk Cousins to be at OTAs. I don't really know what that means, or I guess it's off-season training something, or I don't know. He says, quote, I'm not going to be foolish to think that he's, as in Kirk, going to show up for a voluntary workout, Morris said. Eesh, that's gonna hurt them.
Some other news. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers they've been putting in a bit of work. They recently
Everybody has.
Yeah, but they recently restructured the contract of Antoine Winfield Jr.'s contract, but they also restructured Baker Mayfield's contract. So
That gives them how much?
Yeah, so it says that according to this post that I'm seeing right now, the Bucs apparently have about $30 million in cap space. So I think that could probably work well.
It could. We'll have to see how it goes from there.
I hope, because I want the Bucs to get more good players so that we can win the Super Bowl, so I can rub it in his face.
We'll see. Your day will come. The NFL will now allow teams to wear their throwback or alternate threads up to 4 times
Yes.
in a season.
Yes.
I don't know. I
Yes.
love. See, for me, I love.
The creamsicle jerseys won't come back. They'll sit out. That hurt.
Get back up here.
That
before-
hurt my spine.
Yeah, that was not a good idea. But having that, I've seen some of the old throwbacks, the alternate jerseys, like Washington Commanders. I don't know about.
They're
It's
it's
great.
just like a completely
Eagles
black one.
throwback, awesome.
Those are
Colts,
so cool.
Colts
though. I
alternate,
love the green.
Yeah, Colts alternate with the blue, mainly blue, and black helmet. I don't know. Atlanta Falcons throwback with the red helmet, black uni, black logo.
That's kind of cool. Honestly.
I like that one.
And of course, the
There's
creamsicle
this.
ones with Buccaneer Bruce on the helmet. I like that, even though it calls back to a time when we sucked
But
so much.
also Seattle's
Maybe test a birdie, baby.
old school.
Ooh. I
also
actually like
Seattle's.
those.
I believe that was Seattle's first uniforms, and it looks.
It's
I
really
like those.
cool. I like those a lot.
I really like those.
I like the weird design of the Seahawk on the helmet. It just looks
It forms a little bit better. A little bit of different stuff going on as well, as far as rule changes and stuff like that in the NFL, which I will cover a little bit. NFL owners, as of about a week ago, NFL owners have passed a rule that both teams will be allowed to possess the ball in overtime in the regular season. So no more one touchdown game over.
Thank God.
The original proposal was for a 15-minute overtime that now has been amended to a 10-minute overtime. makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. I've also been hearing word that that the Cleveland Browns could potentially be trading down from the number 2 pick in the draft.
No.
Cleveland has several options, with Cam Ward seemingly going number 1, and they're willing to consider all inquiries. I don't think that's a good idea.
We don't need the Browns don't need Cam Ward. We don't need a quarterback with Shedeur Sanders.
And you definitely don't need a quarterback because, like I keep saying, you can't really develop them.
We need the Browns need another edge rusher that is on the opposite side from Myles Garrett. I'm telling you, if the Browns get Abdul Carter, I think it will be. I don't know. I may be biased here. I think it may be a great. I think it may be a great addition to the defense and make it hard for quarterbacks.
Yeah, but it's the Browns, so you never know. Also, did you just flip me off on camera?
No.
So, former Lions defensive end John Kaminsky is medically retiring after 6 years in the NFL. He's accumulated a lot of injuries, and so I mean, it's a sad thing to see, you know, like
it stinks,
Yeah.
but
he got the money.
it happens sometimes. Another little bit of a rule change. The method for measuring first downs in the NFL will switch from the chain gangs, as they call them, to a camera-based technology in this year's. That's what the league announced. The traditional chain crew will remain on the sidelines in secondary capacity. And here is how the system will work. So there is Hawkeye cameras that will be used and deployed in every NFL stadium, consistence of 6 8K cameras for optical tracking of the position of the ball. After referees are notified of the outcome, virtual measurements will be shown in stadium and on the broadcast. Full process takes around 30 seconds, saving up to, get this, 40 seconds compared to using chains. Now, like we said, they'll still remain on the field in a, as they say, secondary capacity. But I think this is going to help out a lot better, especially after what happened in the AFC Championship.
Yeah,
that was a first down.
Yeah, that was like, let's not lie to ourselves, folks. That was really what caused this whole thing. I mean, everybody was upset because that was it was close, but that I think everybody agrees that was a first down. Also, the Kansas City Chiefs are back again at re-signing players. They have re-signed wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, that's a buttery name, to a 1-year deal. Smith-Schuster caught 18 passes for 231 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in 14 regular season games. And in the postseason, he caught 4 passes for 76 receiving yards. So I think this is. I don't think this is a bad move. I mean, he's a pretty good receiver.
Yeah. He just needs to have the quarterback throw the ball to him
instead of running around like a chicken with a head cut off, going like. You ever notice that Mahomes like kind of runs funny?
You mean Kermit the Frog?
Hey, I'm Kermit the Frog here. I really run funny because I gotta throw the football before Taylor writes another breakup album.
So moving on, another one.
Boy Travis.
6-time Pro Bowl defensive lineman Focus.
I need to get my Kermit puppet in an episode.
Nope.
And then give him a little Chiefs
Focus.
jersey.
Focus.
Oh, that would be fun. I'm trying to, but it's funny. All right, continue.
It's not that funny, but
I find it funny. Okay? Why are you being mean to me?
6-time Pro Bowl defensive lineman Calais Campbell is finalizing a 1-year, $5.5 million deal worth up to $7.5 million to return to the Arizona Cardinals.
You having a stroke?
Campbell was the Cardinals' 2008 second-round pick, played in Arizona until 2016, and now will return there for his 18th NFL season. That is crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of the Cardinals, they recently made a giant move to extend tight end Trey McBride on a 4-year, $76 million extension. I mean, geez.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Which, per agents, the deal also includes about $43 million guaranteed and a $19 million average per year the highest ever for any NFL tight end. McBride's 4-year extension contractually ties him to Arizona through the 2029 season.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good move by Arizona. I mean, McBride's been great for the franchise, and they're still trying to build themselves back up into the postseason. So, I think it's a good move. We'll just have to see.
We'll have to see how that goes. The season's quite a bit of ways.
Yeah, and speaking of extensions, the Raiders have extended Geno Smith, who they acquired in the offseason, to a 2-year, $85.5 million deal with $66.5 million guaranteed. Wow.
That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does there.
Yeah, I mean, if he does better, then they'll definitely want to extend him for a few more years. But
yep.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. Cause,
another one from about 3-4 days ago, as of this recording. New England is sending QB Joe Milton,
the third, not to be confused with 1 and 2,
and a 7th-round pick to.
I hate this team.
Sending him to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a 5th-round pick. Really? All you get back is a 5th-round pick?
What are the Patriots doing, man?
They don't care.
They just don't care.
With Cooper Rush going to Baltimore, Dallas now has a new backup for Dak Prescott.
Yep.
I'm sorry, buddy. Get to a team that actually needs you. As in, stay in New England. Because they definitely need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And speaking of New England, owner Robert Kraft has been... He has acknowledged that the past couple years have been absolutely terrible. He ended up saying in an interview, quote, "The last 2 years have been really difficult. Worst 2 years of our ownership. I hope that we're never drafting number 4 overall again in my lifetime." And I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the Patriots haven't been the same after losing guys like Tom Brady to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and also Rob Gronkowski to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
and Bill Belichick,
and Bill Belichick, and all the other guys. I mean, it's been a rocky road for them. Oh no, I want Rocky Road ice cream. It's been a rough road for them. So yeah, I mean, Robert Kraft has every reason to be upset. And I mean, you can say, oh well, he's spoiled because of all the championships. And I mean, yeah, because he does have several rings in his cupboard. On his hand. I was thinking of a different saying. He has a lot of rings, so I mean, I guess that makes the medicine go down a little better, but it's still tough. It's still tough for him. I mean, he's been a great owner.
So this one,
eat crap because the Patriots suck now.
Okay.
So yeah.
So this next one, I haven't seen this guy in playing so long.
Wow.
But veteran QB Case Keenum is signing a 1-year deal worth up to $300 million. Sorry, $3 million.
He is not getting that
with
much
the
money.
Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
Keenum will now help mentor Caleb in Chicago like he did for CJ in Houston.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, just looking at Caleb Williams, he had a very bad Caleb Williams. He had a really bad he had a pretty rough season with Chicago. I mean, he wasn't playing as well as they were hoping him to play. So I mean, I think getting Case Keenum to kind of be like the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. It's just you must throw footballs with pinpoint precision. Use the Force, young Caleb. God, now that's gonna be a funny image in my head. But yeah, so I think it's a nice move to try to get the mentor in for him because Chicago is still trying to get back. So
he definitely needs it.
The Bears.
We're coming down to the last two things, at least the last two things that I have. One is these are both retirements. This one is not as big as the other. First one here that I have is Dolphins left tackle Teron Armstead is retiring after 12 seasons in the NFL. That is crazy. We'll just have to see how he does. Good luck to you in your retirement. Don't know if he's Hall of Fame worthy. I haven't seen him play as much, but I wouldn't be surprised if I say maybe 10, 15 years down the road he may get there, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah,
Who
and I
knows?
mean the Dolphins are definitely going to be feeling that loss because he was not only a big leader but also because they're still a team that's trying to find themselves. I mean with all the injuries that Tua's been facing and the fact that he might have to wear a helmet that makes him look like the freaking Juggernaut.
Oh, the Guardian Camp.
Yeah. He literally looks like Juggernaut from Deadpool, to where like he's gonna try to he's gonna tackle somebody and be like, "I'm going to rip you in half now." I don't know. I've seen. I don't know if you've seen it, but that's been a pretty big meme.
I have not. But the biggest retirement of them all, I grew up watching him as well, years and years. But who do you got?
Ladies and gentlemen, it kind of sucks to see, but at the end of the day, it was inevitable. Julio Jones is officially retiring from the National Football League.
After how many seasons?
13 after 13 seasons, 7-time Pro Bowler, 2010's All-Decade Team, more than 13,000 career receiving yards, Falcons franchise leader in receiving yards and catches, and #1 BCS national champion.
One-time BCS national champion.
Sportsball, baby. I mean,
So,
just
that oh my
unbelievable
gosh.
player.
When I saw
Buccaneers
that,
legend too,
yes,
for like a year.
more Atlanta Falcons.
No. Everybody remembers him for his,
Atlanta
for his short,
Falcons.
Everybody remembers his short stint in
remember-
Tampa.
you
I
remember
really don't. I actually had no idea he played for Tampa Bay until like a few days ago. But so
that-
great player. It sucks he couldn't get a ring, but that's what happens when 28-3 happens.
Oh, shut up. Golly, that one.
That's
But if
never
I
living that down.
the thing is, having Julio Jones leave now, that is basically quite a bit of my childhood growing up watching some of those games, and now he's shut up. It stinks to see him go. Good luck to you. I still
Absolutely.
think I still believe that he is going to be a first-year ballot.
Yeah,
I have a
definitely.
feeling he is. I wouldn't say he's the greatest. Yeah. What is wrong with my speech today?
What is wrong? Yeah, can you English? Are you an alien? Do you know words? All right, so it's pretty clear he's from Mars.
I'm sorry. I'm
You
so sorry.
son of a gun!
I'm so sorry. No, I meant to like lightly hit. I meant to like kind of knock that on your nose.
You're
before it
fine,
fell.
but
So,
I wouldn't
Sorry.
say he's among the greatest wide receivers because there are others, aka Randy Moss.
yeah.
Can't argue with him at
or
all.
like Jerry Rice or something like that.
Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens,
Mike
T.O.
Evans. Okay, he's not up there, but
Watch it, bud.
What? He's good.
He's
Shut
good,
up.
but not that good.
He is that
Um,
good. You just don't get it because you're a Browns fan.
but-
And none of your players are ever good. Okay.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry.
But good luck to you
It's so fun making
in
fun
your
of this guy.
retirement. And if I was on that committee, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
get him first year ballot.
Absolutely.
So,
Sweet.
moving.
It's gonna be like Ichiro, where everybody says yes except for one guy, and that guy
One
just gets looked
person.
at. Who said no to Ichiro? You
So-
don't say no to Ichiro. Ooh, that's right. All right.
So,
but,
moving
yeah.
on to lastly, actually, the NHL.
I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the NHL, but
But there's only one thing that we are going. There's two major things that we're going to cover.
should we just get Ovi out of the way?
Screw it. Let's do it. So, ladies and gentlemen,
It's official. Alexander Ovechkin has beaten Wayne Gretzky's scoring record against the New York Islanders. He has officially become the single greatest goal scorer in the history of the National Hockey League.
and
Unbelievable.
he's done it in the same amount of time, 1,487 games. That Wayne Gretzky. That's how long Wayne Gretzky took to get 894.
Which was
and
the
it-
past record.
Past record,
Yeah.
and now Ovi has beaten that record in the same amount of games, but I think he still has far to go. I saw a video where Ovi was mic'd up, and Wayne Gretzky says he hits 900, he's buying him a car.
Oh yeah, the Rolls Royce.
Oh.
I remember. I think that's what I remember watching the ceremony with my dad, and that was something that he said. But
I want
Yeah.
to see him
it's also
hit If he hits 900, I'm
That's
sorry.
a feat.
It's a feat on its own. But I would have to say the question is going to be, is he going to retire after that, or is he going to stay? I think now that he's gotten the goals, I think, and this is just my opinion, he has had a great season. He's played the same amount of games, if not now it's going to be even more, considering that they have clinched and they are in the playoffs. I would say, for me, I would say he probably could end on that high. Yeah. Whether he wins or not, he ends on a high of being the record of the great one. The great chase
is over. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, just looking at Ovi's career. I mean, wow. I mean, he was drafted first overall in 2004, and also fun fact, he was actually like the same day that he was drafted is the same day he scored
which is great.
The great one,
and
the great goal. So,
what's funny is the guy, the announcer who called his first goal, I believe called his record-breaking one.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy.
I forgot the announcer's name, but he's been around for years. So Calder Trophy winner in 2006, which if you don't know, that is basically the award given to the best rookie for that season. Which he scored.
How did he get it 2 years later?
Because of the 2004, the 2005 lockout. Because they didn't have a season that season.
I forgot.
Yeah. So
season. You mean season that year?
Same thing. Okay?
English.
I do speak it, so you don't need to do the Samuel L. Jackson bit from Pulp Fiction. So I love that movie. So
move on.
So 2007-2008 season, he scored a career high 65 goals. I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I mean I've done better in NHL 24. You know, I've scored 138 goals, I think, in my rookie season. We all score a little bit.
Anyway, alrighty, moving on.
Anyway, continuing. 19-time 30-goal scorer, 14-time 40-goal scorer, 9-time 50-goal scorer, 9-time Rocket Richard Trophy winner, 3-time Hart. Rocket Richard is basically the trophy given to the player who scores the most goals in a season. 3-time Hart Trophy winner, which is basically the player that is most valuable to his team. Art Ross Trophy winner, given to the player with the most points at the end of the season. And he got 1,000 points in 2017, won a Stanley Cup and the Conn Smythe Trophy in 2018, finally ending the memes of...
who knows?
Of congratulations, your team still can't make it past the second round. And they didn't just make it past the second round; they won the cup.
Yep.
And then, of course, scored the goal on April 4th, 2025.
Which is crazy.
No. He tied the record on April 4th, and then he scored on April 6th. Because I forgot that happened yesterday on. Of this recording, I'm dumb. So
I was watching that game, and I told him about it, and he still didn't watch it. So,
dude, I worked until 4. I worked until like 3 in the morning. I was very tired. I slept in a lot, and then I tried to tell my dad, "Yo, can we put the game on?" He's like, "Yeah, just give me a minute." And he did not. He took longer than a minute. So screw me. But we got to watch the rest of the ceremony.
It's crazy to watch that.
Yeah.
It's great that he's beaten the record. Now, buddy, go on to win your second Stanley Cup. I want to see that happen. Yeah. Honestly, as much as I'm not a Capitals fan, I still want them to do very well.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said on last week's episode or the week before that, I just don't trust this team. I really don't. I mean, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but like. I mean, just looking at how many times they've done so great in the regular season and then choked in the postseason, I don't know. I just don't trust it, but we'll have to see. And I mean, just looking at, the 2010s were undoubtedly defined by Ovechkin and Crosby. I mean, their rivalry was unmatched. And I mean, sure, him and Malkin had a lot more hatred towards one another. It was, but I mean, they're still going strong. Like even though Sidney, Crosby, and the Penguins, the Penguins suck, but Crosby's still doing well. And I mean, Ovechkin broke the record. So I mean, it's nice to see that those two old coots are still hanging on.
And the funny part is, Sidney Crosby ain't even close. He's got like 100 plus, or about 200 plus, I think, to go. So
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. Let's move on to a couple eliminations as well as clinches in the NHL. So I'm going to start off first. For the first time in nearly a decade, the Bruins have been eliminated from the playoffs. First time since this is the first time since the 2016 season, or postseason, I guess, that Boston will miss. First time. I'm sorry. After you lost Marchand,
They're
straight
gone.
down to the grove.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see. I mean, Boston's been a staple of the postseason for the past few years, and seeing them just they're
Absolutely suck.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's absolutely hilarious. Like everybody is there to smoke on that Bruins pack, but I mean, at the same time, it is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to see. Another team that got eliminated. We just talked about them a minute ago. The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Woo!
Yeah. So I mean, it's a horrible. It's been a horrible season for them. I mean, Tristan Jarry getting sent off to waivers and shot out of a cannon, and then Crosby being unable to carry the team. Just everybody's like nobody's producing well.
I
So
probably shouldn't be cheering that.
Yeah, I mean, this is the third straight year that they've missed the postseason.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, definitely, because we have more important things to talk about right now. And they also got eliminated by the Chicago Blackhawks. How do you do that?
And now
How?
another one, the Philadelphia no-fly zone. Sorry,
Nope.
they've been eliminated.
Fifth straight season. I mean, Philly, they've been stuck in limbo.
5?
Yep. This is a team that has really just been stuck in like purgatory. Their team is just their team's just a mess. They haven't been the same after losing the goalie that shall not be named because of a certain thing that happened about like 7 years ago.
Keep
that we will
going,
not
keep going,
mention.
keep going, keep going.
And I mean, after losing players like Cam Atkinson, who was really good for them, and I mean not good for Tampa. I mean, what the hell? But I mean, it's been a tough season for them. They haven't been the same since Giroux left either, so yeah, I mean, Matvei Michkov's been pretty good, but, what can you do when one player's good but everybody else has been garbage? So it sucks to see, I guess.
Moving on to
Not really, because I hate the Flyers.
moving on to the little bit of the Western Conference as well as the clinches. Now that have happened, LA Kings have clinched the Western Conference in the Pacific Division. They, at the time of this, when it happened about a couple days ago, they had a 44-23-9 record with 97 points. Currently, right now,
okay, you're checking.
they are at 44-23. They are still at 44-23-9.
I was about to say,
with
they're still there.
with 97 points.
Yeah, I mean, LA, they've had a very solid season. I mean, guys like Kopitar, Fiala, Kempe, Deneau, and Byfield. I mean, Quentin Byfield, he's an amazing player.
He's
I like that guy
That's
a lot.
crazy.
I mean, he's been great. I mean, so Los Angeles, they've had 34 postseason appearances, 4 consecutive postseason appearances. Hopefully, they don't face Edmonton in the first round again.
Oy.
But yeah, because I mean, Edmonton kind of owns them. They've won 2 Stanley Cups. Their last cup was in 2014. I still won an Alec Martinez sweater. They've had. Among the California teams, they have won the most, as Anaheim's only won a single cup, and San Jose hasn't won one yet.
I want to see San Jose win one year.
Yeah.
I wish they would have won it with Thornton.
Yeah,
But-
2016 was a. I mean, they were a team of destiny that year. I mean, they had guys. They had Patrick Marleau. They had Joe. They had Joe Pavelski.
There you
They had
go.
Brent Burns. They still have Brent Burns.
There-
They had Jumbo Joe. They had all kinds of amazing players. They had Martin Jones literally playing out of his mind. They had James Reimer, he of the unfortunate 4-1 loss to Boston in 2000, 4-1 blown lead in 2013. So yeah, I would have liked to see them win. It's just Peter DeBoer didn't adapt to the Penguins' play style properly, and that's what led to them getting blown out in 6. So it sucks to see, but whatever. With that, they'll ride this ship to Gavin McKenna and Landon DuPont, and they'll eventually make it back to the postseason in 21-36.
So, as I would say,
Anyway,
you cannot. You could not spell clinched or Carolina without in. Carolina Hurricanes have clinched.
Hey, that was clever. That was clever.
Have
Attaboy.
clinched a playoff berth now this season. They have done an amazing job this year.
Yeah.
Currently in the East, they are second, just behind.
You got to move that thing back a little bit, okay?
I'm good. Just behind Washington. So it's great to see Carolina. I thought you were about to pull out your goal horn there for a minute.
Calm down.
But just behind Washington. I say just behind, and they're like 11 points.
Yeah.
Oops.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Carolina, I don't expect much of them out of this postseason. I mean, like the Martin Necas experiment failed spectacularly. He was not very. I mean, not Martin Necas. Mikko Rantanen. Martin Necas.
There you
great
go.
there, but Rantanen, and I was stupid because I saw something about Necas playing in Colorado, but we'll get to them later. But yeah, I mean, the Rantanen experiment didn't go well, but I mean, Logan Stankoven's seemingly doing okay over there, so that's nice. And I mean, a lot of their other players are still doing well for themselves, so we'll have to see. Another team that is clinched, unfortunately, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Can we get rid of them?
Please.
Please.
But yeah, so they're back in there. And I mean, it makes sense as to why.
When was the last time y'all won a Stanley Cup?
1967.
Thank you.
Before the freaking moon landings. So yeah, I mean, like, even with all that, I mean, Toronto is still a good team. I mean, Austin Matthews is still doing well, but honestly, I'm very interested to see what is going to happen this offseason because the big question about Mitch Marner and John Tavares are going to come in. I mean, Marner's probably going to end up like heading out, and apparently he was getting a lot of talk. Like there was a lot of talk that he might go to Carolina, but I mean, honestly, with the last few players that they got signed there, I don't know if that's a good idea. And then and Tavares, I mean, who knows if he wants to do it? I mean, he did get stripped of the captaincy for Austin Matthews. So, I don't know. A lot of people think that they reek of a first-round exit, and I can kind of agree. I mean, with their owner in Boston not making it making it into the postseason, I think they might have a chance to exist longer than 3 seconds and not choke try to choke a 3 games to 1 series lead against Montreal again. So after that, another team that has made it in are the Colorado Avalanche.
That one you can't get a joke in, so. Nope.
Okay, we're good. Hey, I'm making sure. Calm down. I'm making sure.
I don't want you to get kidnapped.
I'm very curious to see how Colorado does this year. I mean, Martin Necas has been a pretty good addition to their team, and after Forgiev got kicked out, I think Wedgwood and Blackwood, they've had. The lumber yard over there has been doing pretty good. And, Nate Dogg is still performing well. There's a chance that Landeskog could make it back in the postseason. We'll have to see. I still don't know. But yeah, so I think it's possible. But then there's a team that did get eliminated. We mentioned them earlier. The Anaheim Ducks have been eliminated for the 7th straight. What the heck? They've been eliminated for the 7th straight year. And I mean, Anaheim, they're just hold on. They're another team that's just nothing they do pans out. I mean,
you ain't the Mighty Ducks anymore.
I really want one of the sweaters from that Disney movie.
But this is crazy. So, this is the 7th straight year.
I mentioned that. Yeah,
I didn't hear it, but that's what I'm saying. I'm going back to it. This is their 7th straight year.
Yeah,
that they have a.
I mean, guys like Trevor Zegras haven't been doing that well, and it. I mean, no, he was known for doing the Michigan and having a great year that 1 year, and then he just kind of sucked. So,
if you want to explain what that is.
The Michigan is, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, you're behind the net, you have the puck, you scoop it on your stick, and then you try to jam it up into one of the corners while still behind
top cheese, is it called?
Yeah, top.
Thank you.
Did you just say top corn?
No, I said top corner.
Bro is too corny. Okay, but yeah, so there's that. Another team that clinched were the Florida Panthers. This is
move on.
I mean, it makes sense as to why they're still playing well. I don't know if they're gonna make it that far in the postseason. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but we'll have to see.
They're your rivals. You just don't want to see them win.
And another team that is.
I'll walk away for a minute.
Another team that has made it in. You might have heard of them. The Tampa Bay Lightning were in the postseason! That's it. We're winning the cup. I have a goal horn ready for this. The Lightning are in, and we're gonna take home the cup. We're gonna do it. We're in the postseason. We're not a first round exit. Oh my goodness, we're gonna win. Oh, please stop. No. Let's. Damn, Balls Nation, let's ride. Let's go. We're in the postseason, baby. How's it feel? How's it feel, Ronald?
All right, so
How's it feel to not be in the postseason?
So moving on.
Bjorkstrand and Gord are doing really good too, and that makes me happy. Even if we just lost to Buffalo, and it makes me sad.
Moving on to the standings as they stand, the rest of the standings, I should say. As we mentioned, Washington and Carolina, number 1 and number 2.
I'm gonna turn off my volume before I hit the goal horn again.
Number 1 and number 2 in the East Metropolitan area, or conference. I say metropolitan area, I don't know why. New Jersey Devils are right behind them in 3rd. In the Atlantic, all 3 teams have clinched. With Toronto Maple Leafs at 1, you got Tampa Bay.
All right, continue.
With the Tampa Bay,
Tampa with your Tampa Bay Lightning.
stop blowing out my eardrums.
I don't know, get a better team.
At number
first.
2 and
Sorry.
number 3, Florida Panthers. In the Eastern Conference, now the Eastern Conference wild card has shifted quite a bit.
Not specifically the wild card, the people that are trying to get into the wild card.
So the Ottawa Senators are still first in the wild card, which is no surprise. They've been great this season, undoubtedly.
You love to see it too.
Yeah, Montreal is number 2. Now the next 7, or well, next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next 5 have mixed up quite a bit. So I'm going to start from number 7, coming back from basically near the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Up to 7th now is the Buffalo Sabres.
They have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Oh my god.
I would love to see them. Well, New York Rangers have nearly done it. And number 6, surprisingly, the Blue Jackets have dropped down so much. They had even if they don't make it, they still had a great season.
Yeah.
They better not fire their head coach.
Yeah, I mean, even if they don't make it in, I mean, this has been a great season, especially with all the horrible stuff that happened in the offseason with Johnny Hockey and
It's been great. We'll cover
and with Mike Babcock, really.
Yeah. We'll cover a little bit about Johnny Hockey because there's something very special that has happened that we are so happy to hear. At number 5 is the New York Islanders. Number 4, the team that the Columbus Blue Jackets faced in the Stadium Series and beat them.
What up?
And beat them in the Stadium Series is the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah.
They both had a downward season and now, or downward, I guess, second half.
They had like a downward trajectory right after the Stadium Series.
And it stinks to have both of the teams do it. Well, not really stinks for Detroit, but stinks for the Columbus Blue Jackets. But the New York Rangers, as we mentioned multiple times, coming from the bottom at the beginning of the season, now up to third in the wild card.
But the question is, do you think they'll be able to make it in?
It's going to be a tough one. I don't know. I would have to look at their schedule because that's going to be the deciding factor right there is how their schedule plays out for the rest of it. Because I would have to say, oh, God. So
Hey, look at who they're playing tonight.
So tonight, as of this recording, they are playing the Tampa Bay Lightning.
You might have heard of them.
Get away from me. Oh, ow. You deserve that.
Yeah, you know, ow. What the heck?
You deserve that.
This is Owen abuse. I don't tolerate it.
Then Wednesday, they play. Sorry, we had something going on back there. Then Wednesday they have Philadelphia Flyers, which easy game in my opinion. Then they have on the 10th Thursday New York Islanders. Then they have Carolina. Then on next Monday, they have the Florida Panthers, and then to finish out the season, they have Tampa Bay Lightning again. In my opinion, I don't think they're
cooked.
I don't, and that's just my honest opinion. I don't think they are getting it. With Columbus, they would have to make an amazing comeback. Like basically every single team in front of them would have to lose. Moving on to the Western Conference, and I'll let you take over the Western Conference and let's talk about it.
All right, so in the Western Conference, Edmonton is still in third place at 93 points. Then you have St. Louis. St. Louis has been on a tear lately. I mean, this is echoes of 2019 all over again.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. Well, no, because Winnipeg is still first, Dallas is still second, Colorado is still third, Vegas is still first, LA is still second, and Edmonton is still third. But
there we go.
St. Louis and Edmonton are currently tied, and honestly, I think St. Louis has a shot.
I feel like
they are definitely making into the postseason.
in my opinion, I think St. Louis will get them. I feel like Edmonton will drop down to the wild card and be in the first spot. Either that or both of them will tie and St. Louis would stay in. Either way, I think they're getting in. It just depends on where they're going to be. Now in second in the wild card.
Second in the wild card is the Minnesota Wild. The Wild currently have 91 points. The team that is closest to them in third place in the wild card are the Calgary Flames at 85. At this pace, honestly, I think it could be a very interesting coming wild card. I think Minnesota holds on. But anything can happen. That's the awesomeness of playoff hockey.
At number 4 in the Western Conference in the wild card,
Vancouver. The Vancouver Canucks. Just terrible fall off. They are currently at 83, and then behind them are the Utah. Hello, have you heard of the light of our Savior Jesus Christ? Player team. Oh, the Utah Storm and Mormons, I mean.
I don't know.
I got my religions mixed up. But 1 point behind. James gonna make go. But yeah, 1 point behind Vancouver is the hockey club. And I mean, it's also cool because recently Clayton Keller got 500 career points.
That's great. And look at the different, we look at this, and it's like there's only 5 teams in the wild card left that have not clinched, or in the Western Conference that have not clinched, nor made, or been eliminated, I should say, from the wild card. And in the East, there are 7 teams that are still likely to make the wild card.
Yeah.
But at this point, like I said, I think Montreal has it in the East.
I do too. I mean, it does suck to see that that the Blue Jackets are falling off, but even then, Yeah, and so the last thing that we're gonna be talking about, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so the last thing that we're gonna be talking about is
one.
I believe. Yeah, I'll wait for you to pull it up because
we're trying to find it, but the one thing that is very special, especially to not only our hearts, but a lot of the hockey and Columbus Blue Jackets fans around.
Johnny Hockey's wife had the kid.
It's amazing to see it happen. I'm trying to find it because I can't remember his name.
Did you have it saved?
I don't think I did, unfortunately.
But yeah, so Johnny Hockey's wife, Meredith, did in fact have the child on April 1st, and yeah, it's really good to see. It's
I will find
still
it.
sad because he should have been there. It's bull crap. He should have been there.
Finally, I got it. Okay,
there you go.
So they have welcomed their 3rd baby, and I say they. I will still keep it to this day. It sucks that he has passed away, and we all hate to end it and talk about a sad note, but also keep it up on a high note. The baby Carter Michael Goudreau. He has the same middle name, and this one is going to. Oh my God. He has the same middle name.
To me, Ryan.
I know. He has the same middle name as his father, Johnny Michael Goudreau.
Yeah.
He weighed in at 8 pounds 3 ounces, 20 and a half inches.
And he apparently looks like his dad too.
He looks like his dad, and his father as well, Johnny Goudreau, was the exact same weight. If this is not just
be a hockey player,
it's crazy. I'm hoping. I wish the best of luck to Meredith, Carter, Johnny Jr., and the rest of the family.
Absolutely.
We both wish the best for you guys. I understand this is a hard time. We are glad to see that you have had the kid now, and hopefully he grows up, and Johnny Hockey Jr. grows up to be
Absolutely.
a hockey player. Guys,
So with that out of the way, I think that's it. So be sure to like and subscribe. We have Spotify.
I'm working
this
on.
is on Spotify, and this is also on YouTube because
We'll get a little bit later on. I'm trying to upload some of the stuff to Spotify. You can go still find our Spotify channel. We will have that hooked up to.
Oh, and also we have an Instagram, so follow that. Follow it. We don't really do anything on it yet, but follow it anyway.
We'll have the link on there for our Spotify once we get every single episode uploaded. It's taken a while because it takes a little bit to do it. But thank you guys for watching.
5-hour episodes.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following us
And the
for
support.
so long.
And of course, oh wait, and just one more thing. I actually completely forgot. Just one more thing.
Oh Jesus!
So, so the thing that I'm very worried about in the NHL playoffs is, will Kevin Durant be able to bat over 5? Will he be able to bat properly? Will he be able to get those holes in ones? Go Sportsball!